One great thing about J.J. Abrams is that he is finding ways in order to connect Episode 9 to not just the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy, but also Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that I'm truly excited to see in this movie is, of course, the types of Jedi and Sith lore that we can expect to see by JJ and Chris Terrio appear in Star Wars Episode 9, and given that this is the final film of this current trilogy, it seems as though that JJ is really trying to go all out with this film. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with the character of Rey, R2-D2, and a link to Ahsoka Tano. A description of Rey carrying a backpack full of Jedi relics on a desert world, with R2-D2 by her side. The next goes over Rey inside of a cave in a similar fashion to the deleted scene of Luke in Return of the Jedi. Parts of the Anakin lightsaber are scattered as Rey is reforging it. The next goes over Rey taking out the Jedi artifacts from her backpack, one of which is described as Ahsoka Tano's lightsaber that is inactive and no longer working, as well as a Jedi holocron that belonged to an ancient Jedi. It's described that Rey is using parts of Jedi lightsabers that have been abandoned on whatever world she has traveled to reforge Anakin and Luke's. The last goes over Rey taking parts out of the Ahsoka lightsaber and applying parts of it to Anakin's. It's said that Rey has more than one Jedi weapon in her backpack, another of which is said to belong to Ezra Bridger. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this that are really getting me very excited about this movie. Now, when we look at Episode 9 as a whole by JJ and Chris Terrio, we do know that they really want to try to make this film cater to all different mediums of the Star Wars franchise. We're talking books, novels, comic books, video games, movies, you name it. And in order to do that, they also want to tap into the animated TV series, Star Wars Rebels, and of course the Clone Wars. So with that being said, a lot of people have been talking about Ahsoka Tano. Now, we have gone over this character that is very much like a Togruta, and a lot of people are starting to believe that she may very well be Ahsoka in the film. Now, this is a very interesting piece, is how actually Rey has a backpack full of Jedi relics, one of which is Ahsoka's lightsaber that is no longer working and is inactive. Kind of similar to what we saw when Ezra Bridger turned on the crossguard green lightsaber and it activated for 2 seconds and then just shut down. So it seems like after some time, lightsabers just, give out. They just don't work anymore, or have been, either wrecked during battle or something around those lines. So the thing that I'm really intrigued about is how parts of Ahsoka Tano's lightsaber, if this actually does come to fruition, would be actually implemented into Anakin's lightsaber. Now, not only would this be poetic, because as you all know, Ahsoka Tano knew Anakin Skywalker very, very well, in the animated TV series of Star Wars. So, not only would this bring things full circle with Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker, but also Rey being the middle person between the two. Now, the thing here that I also find very intriguing is the mention of a ancient Jedi holocron being in Rey's backpack, as well as Ezra Bridger's lightsaber as well. Now, this also lines directly up with what we heard a couple of days ago about on one of the sets for Episode 9, there was an actual lightsaber prop labeled as Ezra's lightsaber, and this is honestly bringing up a lot of questions as to what kind of Jedi lore and artifacts that Rey will be using in order to reforge Anakin's lightsaber and to really bring it back to life. Because we do know that's one of the major things about the very beginning of this movie, is that we will find out that Rey has actually redeveloped, she has brought the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber back to life, which honestly in my eyes is J.J. Abrams fixing what Rian Johnson split into two in The Last Jedi. And some people may think that this is J.J. Abrams' way of basically, fixing something that a lot of fans had an issue with or a problem with in The Last Jedi. A lot of people, including myself, thought it was a little off to destroy, such an iconic piece in the Star Wars franchise, an actual lightsaber that we have seen since the prequel trilogy era. But the next thing that I do want to go over, and the final thing, is of course Jedi lore and how it's actually going to connect with Ahsoka Tano and Ezra Bridger. two of the most beloved characters from Star Wars Rebels and, whatnot. We do know that they're going to explore more of these characters in the future, like Ahsoka Tano in the Clone Wars Season 7, which, by the way, is dropping, I believe, this year during the fall, so we don't got much longer. We got less than a year until we get to see more of the Clone Wars content, and I couldn't be more excited to see, more adventures between Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka Tano. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night to morning.